Simpinomics. Simping. I love it. The art of giving away all of your fucking money for absolutely nothing in return. It's my favorite type of economics. My favorite type. You give money, you throw it in the wind, and it goes away. You throw it at a screen with a hot chick on it, bam, it's gone. You throw it at a fucking anime girl that's selling, OnlyFans pics, whatever, fucking anything. Anything, bro. Anything. It's gone. It ain't here. You lost all your money. $2,000 for a text message? Here, have some, queen. Here, have all this so you can get railed by 20 black dudes. Simpinomics. The economy of simping has gone too far. Too far. Why has it gone too far? Quite simply, each and every single man is a lonely fuck. He's pathetic and he's a lonely fuck. He can't even fathom the idea of talking to a real woman, let alone talking to an anime woman. Oh my god, that's going pretty far to talking to some sort of VTuber / type of gal. It's absurd. It's really absurd. The amount of fucking money wasted. Thousands upon thousands of dollars wasted. The years of effort and hard labor just to have a woman say your name on the internet. My god. And, Simpinomics has become such a crazy system. By the way, I founded the name Simpinomics, trademarked. You can't fucking steal it or else I'm gonna sue the fuck out of your ass. Alright? Simpinomics. The fundamental fact of Simpinomics, the gross product of Simpinomics is simps. Simps are the bedrock foundation of this entire economy. The simping economy. Now, how does this economy function? Well, it's a very cyclical thing. So, you have your simps. There is the created demand for anything to fill the empty void of nothingness that fills every man's heart. Then, the women see that demand. A lot of the women see that demand. And they think, hey, I can make a quick buck trying to pretend to be their online girlfriend or any number of fucking weird type of fetish, weird thing that they fucking desire. Honestly, it's pretty weird. You see it on VTubing, you see it on just regular ass streaming, you see it everywhere. You see it fucking everywhere. The simping economy is so prevalent everywhere. It's a very rare thing to see a gamer girl not engage in the simp economy. I have yet to see a real, genuine, just fucking degenerate goblin gamer girl that is not simped upon or does not engage in the simp economy. I've never seen it. I have never fucking seen it. It's so prevalent. It's everywhere. It's everywhere, man. It's everywhere. OnlyFans, the rage bait tweets of just all these people. A good example would be the Whatever podcast. That's a good example. Now, obviously, there's a lot of rage bait, and the only reason that these crazy ass women with these crazy ass takes, which I don't even know if they're purposeful or not. I assume that they're quite purposeful because it gets them notoriety. Like all these red pill pseudo-based podcasts, they're even a part of the simp economy. Because what is the incentive? Think about it for a second. What is the incentive for all these podcasts to have these crazy women, these women with these crazy takes, some of the craziest shit possible? What's their incentive to come on those shows and essentially do a humiliation ritual, or have people just look at them and say, you're fucking insane, you're crazy, you're a crazy woman, you're fucking crazy? Well, it's quite simple. The money. the simp economy, because even the red pill supposedly quote unquote ultra based red pill giga chads are actually all extremely lonely men who want to fill the empty void in their hearts. I.e., yeah, they're going to go to the OnlyFans girl and fucking do a hate jerk session, a hate rage jerk session. I don't know what you call it, but yeah, it's pretty much that. You fucking hate the woman, they're stupid, but I'm going to jerk it because I'll show you. I'm going to spend $50 on this fucking woman that I supposedly despise, but yeah, I'm showing you. Yeah. Jerry, get the lube on. I need extra lube for this rage bait. Fuck me. I need it. But besides the point, it's just you have that. Then you also have the wholesome girlfriend experience streamers, but you also have the crazy ones too. But you also have the wholesome ones where they try to act all pure and shit and essentially try and pose themselves as someone who doesn't have like a boyfriend, and like very parasocial, very like, oh yeah, I'm your girlfriend, just imagine it, we're you know, girlfriend and boy. You have the imaginary dates on streams and shit and all this goofy stuff that it's to me it's insane. Why would you ever want, like, what is the purpose of this? Like, for me, like, I just don't see the purpose of that. Like, what's the purpose of that, of trying to pretend this non-existent relationship with a fucking person who's on stream, who's streaming, like, pretending to be a girlfriend for like 2,000 dudes? Like what? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Yet, you know, $100, $200, $500, $1,000, money, and we're all, you know, all the people are saying, oh, we shouldn't have this, it's all the women's fault. And for me, there is some culpability in the loneliness crisis on the women of like offering their services of like OnlyFans, the streaming, all that stuff of like Fansly, whatever, all the internet gooning, all that shit. Like, there is some level of culpability for these women who are engaging in this and saying that they're moral people. You can't say that you're a moral person when you do this sort of stuff. Like, you're essentially just feeding off of people's loneliness and taking advantage of people's fucking loneliness. That's not good. But I understand as to why they do it, because in this economy, we've essentially elevated whoring yourself. We've elevated that to something that's admirable. Like, I have gotten relentless propaganda. Like, I've seen the propaganda that women have given other women. And in my opinion, that's fucking stupid, because how are you ever going to have a long-term relationship with, whenever you do, like, get enough money and saying, hey, I actually want a boyfriend, I actually want a husband, but whoop-de-doo, you've shown your ass and tits all over the internet for God knows how long. What are you going to do about that? God forbid you actually ever have a kid. Bro, it would be an endless humiliation ritual, because despite all the fucking propaganda, we know inherently, everyone knows it inherently, because, you know, if the kids do it, we know it's a pretty natural thing that if the kids are going to shame your kid for being the son of a fucking OnlyFans model, essentially, let's just be blunt, the son of a whore. The son of a whore. Like, in a very literal sense. This was, you know, talked about before in earlier periods of history that, you know, children of prostitutes were not treated so well. They weren't treated so well. Same as today. The kids are going to fucking humiliate ritual your ass. Give you a big old humiliation. Because, essentially, your mother has whored herself out. Now, again, I don't want to be so uncharitable and say, hey, it's all the women's fault. But yeah, there is some fault to them. Me, personally, I think the primary fault is, well, the dudes, why are you spending this amount of money? Why are you throwing this amount of cash? Why are you doing this? What is the purpose of this? This is my question to anyone who does this. Why would you spend like $400, $200, $100 on a girl that has clearly no interest in you and is only pretending to be interested in you as much as the money keeps coming in? What is the purpose of that? Are you so unable to socialize? Is that it? Is it the socialization behind it? Because, my God, I recently, I'll have a story here. Recently, I was like getting a change of tires, and I was driving with my mom, and my mom was looking on her phone, scrolling. It's like there's like a meetup sort of thing, like arranged dating thing sort of thing, a get together sort of thing, like a speed dating sort of thing, speed dating get together meetup sort of thing. But she looked on there and she looked at the fees, and one of the fees for the men was $2,300, so over $2,000, and for the women, it's $300. Who the fuck's going to pay for that? How are you going to get any dude who's going to spend over $2,000 to meet a woman? The only people who would do that are desperate rich men. And the only women who are going to get into that are women who are probably not going to be very good for a marriage prospect, because the inherent implication of the barrier to entry to this get-together is that the men have to be rich as fuck to spend $2,000 on this. And the women see that, it's like, ooh, these guys are rich. They're willing to spend this much to fucking meet a woman? That must mean that they really are desperate. Like, the implication there is just terrible. Terrible implication. And it's like, and I said, it's like, oh, fuck that. I'm not interested in doing that. That's way too much money. Because on my personal level, it's not that I'm unable to speak to a woman. It's just that I don't know any women. Because I'm not about to go up to a woman and say, hey, let's like try and force a conversation to occur. I'm not really that type of guy. I can't really do that. But if I am introduced to a person and I've been around them long enough, I can bring up a conversation and we can talk. It's a much more fluid and natural way instead of trying to force something. That's why I don't really like doing the cold approach. The cold approach can work, but to me, it's a very forced thing, and you're literally fighting against everything to try and make this work. Instead of the warm approach, which is you know the person already, or you know a person who already knows them, and then you can start having a conversation with that person. That's a much more natural way that people used to do it that way. People used to do it that way. But to get back on point, why are people so unable to socialize that they would rather spend thousands upon thousands of dollars to get some sort of interaction with a woman online? That, like, why would you spend that amount of money? I don't get it. Are you that unsocialized? Have you never spoken to a woman before? I know it sounds a little bit mean and it sounds like a joke, but I'm like seriously curious for anyone who's listening. Is that the case? Is that why? Like, I'm genuinely curious, because I've never gotten in my head, I've never gotten to the point where I said, I want to give this person money, or I think that this person is actually in love with me through a computer screen whenever I watch their content, whenever I watch a stream. Like, I do watch VTubers, but I guess the VTubers I watch, like, are just not that. Like, they just don't do the girlfriend experience thing, so it's never really occurred to me. It's like, oh yeah, I'm in love with this. I'm in love with this anime girl. This woman who's using an anime avatar. I have no idea what she even fucking looks like, which is even crazier. Like, for the dudes who spend like thousands of dollars on a fucking VTuber who's doing the girlfriend experience, and they have no idea who they actually look like, which is funny. And most likely, most VTubers, if your VTuber has a manager and they're an indie, yeah, they're fucking, yeah, that's their boyfriend. She's getting railed hard. All right, railed hard. Never forget that. They're an indie VTuber. They have a manager. That's their boyfriend or their girlfriend. I don't know. They're getting fucking railed hard. They are having hot, steamy sex right behind your back. You fucking cuckold. Like, yeah, no. Like, again, I'll be honest. Like, most women on these platforms obviously have a boyfriend. And if you don't think that way, you're delusional. The only ones that I genuinely believe that have no boyfriends are the ones that don't have managers and they act like they're fucking insane. All right, which it basically encapsulates all of Phase Connect. If you know what type of VTuber company Phase Connect is, they're all fucking crazy. They're all fucking crazy. So yeah, they're all crazy. So yeah, they probably don't have anyone. Though probably a lot of dudes who simp for them really will try and fuck them and wipe them up. Which I don't know. I don't recommend that. I like them, but they're crazy. I wouldn't recommend that. They're crazy. But to close things off, I would recommend that we just end the simping. Because the simping is just not healthy for anyone. It's not healthy for the woman, because fuck me, the parasocial relationships, the stalking, the potential stalking that can occur, like all the bad shit associated with that, it's just not good for her. And you don't want to have a career based off of essentially manipulating people's emotion. That's going to wear and tear you down so badly. Why would you do that? And finally, for the dudes, you just don't want to deal with that. That's such a bad thing to do for your mental. It's mentally bad for you. You don't want to do that. It's so fucking bad for you. You want to go out there and actually meet and socialize and talk to people. You don't want to fuck your brain chemistry by trying to associate the feelings of socialization and of love or affection with sending money to someone online who just says your name. Like, I just don't recommend that. Now, you can donate, but if you're struggling with the desire to want to be recognized and be essentially have this sort of pseudo romantic relationship with someone, with a fucking person on the internet, yeah, you shouldn't donate at all. You shouldn't fuck with your brain chemistry. You don't want to get that dopamine hit of whenever they say your name and you throw fucking money to win. That's not healthy. That's bad. Don't do that. But yeah, the women shouldn't do it. The men shouldn't do it. No one should engage in this. It isn't healthy for anyone. All right, that's it. That's all I gotta say. Thank you for listening. See you later.